channel. My name is Malika. I am back with another video. I know some of you have been wondering, where have I been? I've been taking time out for myself, resting, my well-being, trying to get my mind right as I am making changes. Some of you may have noticed that I took down my self-love course. I'm not taking readings at this time. Just because I'm in a state of reevaluating how I want to show up in the world to help others and be of service. So let's get into this video. I want to try to keep this on a shorter take. This is all about what's wrong with New Age spirituality. So I'm just going to dive right into the video. Okay, whitewashing. The number one thing is whitewashing. There are a lot of popular influencers and spiritual gurus and people out here that are in, some of them cross genres from like New Age spirituality to self-help, and they're very popular, and every time you turn around they're selling you a retreat, they're selling you a course. We'll get into that later. But whitewashing, it's taking ancient practices from all across the globe and packaging them up pretty and sweet and taking away their true essence, their true meaning. And I just find it so blah. It's really disheartening, and it's really disrespectful to all of these cultures. I'm talking about, you know, the yogic community. I'm talking about even in Christianity. Like, it doesn't matter. African spirituality, hoodoo culture for the African American culture and spirituality, ancient, you know, indigenous practices from around the world. White people have taken those and whitewashed them and make them cute and trending and oh my god. And in some of these practices it's almost cult-like, and that's another problem. Cultism that is happening in the New Age spirituality. You can only do things this way or that way, and it's just really, really weird. And let me just say this. When you are interested in self-development and spirituality, it is important that you try to get as close to the original form of whatever you were interested in learning about. Let's just say it's the I Ching, which is like a form of not really fortune telling, but helping to guide you to make decisions in your life and all of that. Or let's just say astrology, different types of astrology, or different types of yoga, or like I said, hoodoo culture or whatever. Like, get as close to the source of that information as you can. And when you are consuming this type of information, ask yourself in contemplation and during meditation, after you've listened or read this information, does it resonate with me within? Is this my truth? Do I really like this? Because nowadays people are trying to package everything cute, and they're taking away from the true essence of it, and they're just trying to sell you a dream. They're just trying to sell you something cutely packaged. Okay, and a lot of these people lack integrity, and they're just trying to make money off of you. The other thing that irritates me is manifestation culture and toxic positivity, because we are human beings. We go through a lot, and whether you believe that we're living in the Matrix or not, there are barriers that keep people from obtaining basic necessities. And you'll have people who are like, oh, you're living like that because you're just not thinking positively enough. You're not doing this certain technique, you don't understand the laws of attraction and the secret and all of this stuff. Like, I was watching somebody and they were talking about how Abraham Hicks, somebody asked her, like, why are people living in poverty then? Why are people hungry, lacking basic necessities? And he said that she basically, in a nutshell, was saying it's because they're not thinking positively enough. It's because their thoughts and their cultural norms and blah, blah, blah is keeping them in a perpetuated cycle of poverty and all of this. And to a degree, when we're breaking, ancestral patterns and stuff like that, yes, it can keep us in a spiral because we begin to believe that this is all that we can achieve in life. But what this does is it takes away from the account that there are economic and racial barriers, environmental barriers that are in this world that are real. Everybody has experienced them. So let's not act like me thinking positive is going to stop the world from having people who live in extreme poverty. That's not the case. So I kind of hate like how these people act like every little tough thing that you're going through in life, if you would just be positive, that's not how life works. Being positive, more positive is great. It does need to happen. You do need to view yourself from a higher light. But there are going to be moments in your life that aren't happy, that aren't great. And you're going to have to work your way through them back to a more calm and peaceful state of being. But just because you're down there doesn't mean that you somehow drew this stuff to you. So let's talk a little bit about this manifestation thing. The number one thing I hate about these people trying to package manifestation to you as just like you don't have to do any type of work to get what you want. That is not true. In my opinion, in my experience, you do have to do work to get the things that you want. Let's just use an example. Let's say you want to buy a car. So you're saving up, you're being positive. You're like, you know what? I'm going to get that Kia Optima. I'm going to get that Kia Optima. I'm putting back money. I'm talking to my bank to see what the financing is going to look like. All of that stuff. And here comes the universe, spirit, God, source, whatever you believe in. And they're like, oh yeah, I see that you're putting in the work. You're believing in yourself. You're doing all that you can do. And then out of nowhere, maybe you get a financial gift from a family, a friend, or you get a raise at work. That's what I believe manifestation is. I don't believe manifestation is just sitting back, writing in your journal 55 times, I want this, I want this, I want this, and you just get it. Now, there are moments where we get something out of the blue that we really wanted. I'm not saying that it can't happen. I'm just saying that there are a lot of people sitting back trying to act like all you have to do is certain little things and poof, it's just there. That's not how I believe it works in our reality. Not to say that miracles can't happen, because they do. I just don't want you to get caught up in this toxic manifesting culture. What else? Courses. Yes. I'm going to talk about myself for a minute. I had out my self-love course. I have since taken it down. Not because I genuinely don't want to help people. I genuinely do want to help people. But I'm really, like I said in the beginning of the video, I'm reevaluating things and how I want to help in that sphere, how I want to show up and be of service to others. But what I'm seeing is that everybody has a course for everything, a course for your business, a course for this, a course for that. And they genuinely don't want to help you. They're just repackaging stuff in a pretty package, and they've never even been on the journey themselves. This is why it's so important that you have to use your discernment when you are wanting to be a part of a course that somebody is offering or some type of group environment. You have to ask yourself, get in meditation, contemplation, get really quiet. Is this person, do I really feel their vibration? Are they really of good? Are they really passionate about what they do? Are they just trying to sell you something every other day? They got a new course, a course on this, a course on that, course. Or they're just trying to sell you something in general. Are they trying to sell it to you because they genuinely have the skill set and the goodness in their heart to want to help you and see you grow and get you out of that slump? Because a lot of the time people are preying on the hopeless, the people who like logical steps, the people who are down and out and they really feel lost. They feel so isolated or dissociated with what's going on. Like they don't understand, like they're in this hopeless mind frame. And it's like, do you really feel a genuine essence coming from this person that they want to help you? And so and are they trying to sell you a dream too? Are they trying to say, oh, I can fix you in a year, I can do this, I can do that? When I first came out with my self-love course, this was about you doing the work. Me teaching you the techniques that helped my journey of self-love that I'm currently still on and practicing every day. It was about you putting in the work. And I didn't take it down because I didn't feel like I was genuine. I took it down because I realized I want to do it in a different way. I want to do something different. And I didn't want to be like that cliche person out here selling courses. Never saying that I won't sell a course again. It's just that right now I'm in reevaluation mode. But I want you to look out for that. Even when you're getting readings from people, tarot readings, astrological readings, human design readings, ask yourself, are they qualified? Do they genuinely care for me? Do I resonate with their energy? Just don't. I know what it feels like to be in that hopeless place, and then you end up being in a predatory environment with people who don't really actually want to see you grow, don't actually want to see you come out of that depressive state or that dark night of the soul or whatever. So, yeah, that's really it for what's wrong. I'll probably do a part 2 on this because there's more that's wrong, but this is initially what's wrong with it. It's overly whitewashed. It's overly prettily packaged and sold. Also, adornments like crystals and all these different niche tarot decks and all of that stuff. You don't need that, you guys. It's nice to have, but you don't need it. So what's right with New Age spirituality? It's more inclusive. It's more readily available. Those are two things that are what's right with it. It's more inclusive now and it's more readily available for everyone. But what I'm seeing that is really wrong with it is the whitewashing and the predatory element of it, because we still live in a capitalistic society where everybody is trying to get their coin. And I'm not saying that you can't get your coin, because as a person in this community who knows the value that they bring and genuinely wants to help people, you will have to figure out if this is the area in which you feel called to make a living from. You will have to figure out how to do that. But make sure it's always from a genuine place if you're going to do that. Also, another thing that's wrong with it is that everybody is telling you you need to have a spiritual based business or you need to be in the self. You don't have to do that to be a light worker. What's a light worker? A person who shines their light. Everybody is a light worker, in my opinion. You're shining your light in your specific area of expertise. You're being genuinely who you are. You're authentic. That's great. You don't need to have a business to be a light worker. You don't need to enter into the space or feel like you have to do Reiki or whatever. You don't have to do any of those things. It could just be that you want to pray every night for humanity. Great. Don't be fooled into thinking that you have to do that. You don't have to do that. You can have a regular 9-to-5 career or whatever and still be a light worker. So don't be fooled about that either. So that's all I have for y'all. It's a little bit of a rant and whatever, but I'm just being true to myself and true to the game. If you have anything that you want to put in the comment section about how you feel, what's wrong with the community, please put it down in the description box. In the comment section. I would love to hear from you. And yeah. Also, I have a tarot channel. I have over 500 and some videos on there. They are timeless readings. It doesn't matter your zodiac sign. If you feel called to any of those readings, go over there and watch them. I'm taking a break from that too for the moment. But yeah, I just wanted to pop back on and say that I love each and every one of you. I wish you nothing but the best. And as always, peace and love. Bye.